Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. It is the Saturday lunchtime kickoff where the King Power is hosting the fixture between Leicester City and Arsenal off the back of Carabao Cup progressions for both sides. They both come into this game high on confidence, and with the Foxes unbeaten in their last 5 in all competitions and the Gunners unbeaten in their last 6 in the Premier League, including 4 wins. Both of these teams are now struck level on points and bang in the middle of the table, but 3 points off Champions League fourth place West Ham on 17 points means that with a win today they can step that step closer to European football, which both sides will want at the end of this season. Last season, both of these teams beat each other away from home, with Leicester scraping a 1-0 win at the Emirates, their first win at Arsenal since 1973, and then Arsenal in the reverse fixture beating Leicester at the King Power Stadium with a 3-1 win, which was a turnaround in the game as Tielemans gave Leicester a 6th minute lead to make it 1-0, and then goals from David Luiz, Lacazette and Nicolas Pepe gave Arsenal the 3 points back in late February, with both sides striding for Europe. Who will gain the treat of 3 points and who will be tricked down the Premier League table? Kickoff is just under 9 minutes away. Hope you like that little Halloween pun at the end there. Had to fit one in a day before, but yeah, we've got the lunchtime kickoff. It's a big game. Both of these teams really on form as of late. Like I said, unbeaten in a lot of games. Kind of starting to get a settled squad now in terms of the lineup and dealing with players missing and all that. So should be a really good game. Hopefully, it's not a ball draw where they kind of cancel each other out. They both go for it and try and add to their winning starts. But if you have got any score predictions in the chat, let me know. We've got a Leicester 2-1 win already. Like I said, both teams did beat each other away from home last season, so maybe Arsenal could be favoured for this game, and the fact that they came into this game with obviously a win in the Carabao Cup against Leeds, but a fantastic Premier League performance in the last commentary we did on the Friday night last week, where they hammered Aston Villa 3-1. Unbelievable performance, up there with their best performance of the season, probably with the Spurs home win as well. So a lot to live up for Arsenal, because they're really getting into a groove now, into a stride with good form under Mikel Arteta. It's just if they can keep it up, because they've definitely got a set lineup now, that's for sure. And if they need to bring anyone in as replacements, they've got them. So like Nuno Tavares stays into the team today after starting the Aston Villa game. Kieran Tierney isn't quite there yet in terms of fitness, but Tavares played really well against Aston Villa last week. So I don't think there'll be any doubts in Arsenal minds that he's, replacing Tierney. Would they prefer Tierney in the lineup? Of course, but to have like for like replacements who are not too far off their usual first team choice, then that's a great thing to have. And it's a really strong lineup as well. It is unchanged from that Aston Villa 3-1 win. I'm going to go through the lineups now. They are on screen, but I'll go through them in a bit more detail. We've got a 3-1 Leicester win. So Leicester is being preferred at the minute in the predictions. I'm not too sure. With both teams in such good form, it's a hard one to call. That is for sure. But let's go through the lineups really quickly, as both teams are in the tunnel. We've got Kasper Schmeichel, the Dane, in net for Leicester. Captain as well. He's been at the club now for 10 years. 440 appearances it is for him today against Arsenal. Daniel Amati, Johnny Evans and Kaglar Sayuncu make up a back three, with Timothy Castagna and Luke Thomas in as wing backs. Luke Thomas making his first appearance in the league after missing the last 6 games in the Premier League, not even being in the squad. So he's not even been on the bench the last 6 games, but he comes in today and gets thrown into the starting 11. Holding up the midfield will be Yuri Tielemans and Babakare Samare. Wilfred Ndidi, though, does make the bench. Then the triangle front three of James Maddison, who's got his first goal since February of this year, bagging against Brentford to win that game for the Foxes away from home. And then Kelechi Iheanacho is going to be preferred to Patson Daka, who's on the bench, and he'll be lined up with Jamie Vardy, who's got 11 goals in 13 versus Arsenal. It's the most goals he's got against any opponent in his career. Will he be able to bag again at the King Power Stadium? Their bench is Danny Ward, who was the hero in the penalty shootout in the week, beating Brighton in the Carabao Cup. Yank Vestergaard, Ryan Bertrand, the two-play sign from Southampton, also make the bench with Hamza Chowdhury, Wilfred Ndidi, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, also on the bench, making their midfield options open. Harvey Barnes and Lookman are their wide options. They also make the bench. Harvey Barnes a little bit frozen out so far in the league. He's yet to play a minute in the league in the last 2, and after being such a key figure last season, he's starting to find his way down the pecking order, mainly because of the formation change see what happened to Harvey Barnes in the future. And then again, Ademola Lookman's got 8 appearances this year, 2 goals for Leicester, both in the Carabao Cup, one against Millwall and then one in that 2-2 draw against Brighton, which they went on and won to progress into the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup, which they played Liverpool away. And then Patson Daka, great start to his Leicester career. He starts on the bench, though, getting his first Premier League goal against Manchester United a couple weeks ago. Then for Arsenal, Aaron Ramsdale keeps his place on the bench, yet to lose in the Premier League with Arsenal, keeping 3 clean sheets in those 6 games. Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel and Tavares make the back 4 again unchanged like the whole team from Aston Villa. Thomas Partey, who got his first Arsenal goal against Aston Villa, play alongside Albert, Sambi, Lokonga, them two holding that midfield really, really well against Aston Villa, and they rightly start again next to each other. Bukayo Saka, who recently turned 20 in the week, will be making his 100th Arsenal appearance today, and he's only at the age of 20. Absolutely incredible landmark to hit for Bukayo Saka. Emile Smith-Rowe playing behind Lacazette with Aubameyang on the left. Lacazette, only the 1 goal in the Premier League so far. That was that late equaliser against Palace. He got his first start against Aston Villa last week. He gets again another start, back-to-back starts for Lacazette. Nearing 200 senior goals in his career. He's on 197 for his career. A hat-trick would take him to 200, and that would be quite the game for Lacazette if he was to do that. On the bench for Arsenal is Leno, Cedric, Holding, Kolasinac, Elneny, Ødegaard, Maitland-Niles, Nicolas Pepe, and Gabriel Martinelli also makes the bench. We are very close to kick-off, under 4 minutes. They're the lineups, there's the substitutes. Both strong teams with players coming back from injury as well. Massive returnee for Leicester has got to be Wilfred Ndidi. Not yet fit enough to start, but just the fact he's on the bench is fantastic. I think Samare has been a great fill-in for Ndidi, but I think when Ndidi's fit, he'll sure come in, and they might even lead to another formation change. You know, I don't think Rodgers likes playing with the back 3. I mean, I think he has to because of the players injured and all that, but I think as soon as he is able to go back to a back 4, I think he'll do it in a heartbeat. He's just got to get the right players back. Or this might be the new way forward for Leicester. It might be the new, era of playing with the back 3. We'll just have to see. But for now, that's what they're having to go with. And you've got to remember, Arsenal dismantled Aston Villa with this system that Villa played last week. So Arsenal definitely know how to get their way around the system. But I think Leicester are a little bit more well drilled with it, because over the last few seasons, Leicester have had to divert to a back 3 because of injuries. They did it when they bottled Champions League not last season but the season before, due to just horrific injury, amount of injuries. So, they'll be ready, and they'll be all the way, with this back 3, and they'll know their roles, they'll know their system. So, fantastic for Leicester. It's got the start of the Poppy Appeal week. It starts today. Leicester fans holding white and red sheets in the air to make loads of poppies around the ground, with a little bit like some black sheets as well being held. That's a really nice touch from Leicester. Yeah, it looks really good, that. Loads of poppies around the ground being created by these sheets being held up. Obviously an emotional week for Leicester. I think it's the 3-year anniversary of the passing of their chairman, Kun Vichai. And then with the Poppy Peel as well, an emotional week. Leicester players and staff went to visit the shrine for the late chairman as well earlier this week. So a minute's silence was just observed from the crowd. Both teams will be getting ready to kick this game off. Arsenal in their away kit, in their yellowy cream colour, not in their white and red like it says on the lineups. But Leicester are in the home strip, of course, playing at the King Power in front of around 32,000 people today. They have just announced their plans to upgrade their stadium, adding another 8,000 into their east stand and making hotels around the ground as well. It looks like a really good plan thought out by the owners and the chairman, everyone involved in Leicester. I think it'll be a really good move for the City, because the chairman in now, and while they've been at the club, they've improved the City so much, and they still plan to do so. But Arsenal with Kickoff, Michael Oliver is our referee. Assistant referees are Simon Bennett and Dan Robathan, and then we've got fourth official Robert Jones as well. It will be Arsenal to kick off. They'll be kicking from right to left, Leicester left to right. Lacazette standing over the ball with Albert Sambi Lokonga. The referee blows the whistle and all players do take the knee, and is met with a round of applause by the Leicester and Arsenal fans. If you want to know more about the No Room for Racism campaign in the Premier League, look in the link in the description after the game and you can find out more information. And we are underway here with Arsenal already giving the ball away. He was looking for Bukayo Saka there. Albert Sambi Lokonga goes under the youngster's foot of Bukayo Saka, and it's a throw in for Leicester with Luke Thomas to throw. And we are underway at the King Power Stadium for Leicester versus Arsenal. Let's get the timer going as well. Sayuncu towards his corner flag, has to turn and try and clear it. Deflects off Aubameyang, then back off Sayuncu, and it will be a throw-in for Arsenal right towards the corner flag in an attacking area. Well, won that by Aubameyang. Don't know if he knew too much about it, but he won't be complaining nevertheless. Thrown in towards Bukayo Saka, completes a 1-2 of Lacazette, and Dan Amartey nearly puts it into his own goal. Great 1-2 there. Bukayo Saka got down the byline, pulled it into the box. Deflect off Dan Amartey, and it was going at a slow pace so Schmeichel could avoid it from going in the net. But my word, Daniel Amartey, very, very close. Arsenal just under a minute in, nearly getting the first goal. Great 1-2 with Saka and Lacazette to kind of get beyond the Leicester defence a little bit too easy, if we're going to be honest. And then Daniel Amartey nearly putting it into his own goal from around 6 yards out. Saka has it again, holds it up to Lacazette, who's dropped a little bit deeper for the ball in his own half. Now Tomiyasu working his way back to Ben White, who's out injured, came off unwell against Leeds in the League Cup game, but he's recovered for this one. A bit of a bug going around in the Arsenal camp, apparently, according to some sources. Ben White was guilty of the bug and had to come off during the game, but he's recovered quick enough for this lunchtime Saturday game at the King Power. Ramsdale has it. Kick on the ground to Lacazette, who first time lays it into Thomas Partey. Audacious switch towards Tavares, cut out by the head of Castagna, who will give chase to his own header and head it forward and keep it in. Can't get there ahead of Tavares, who goes back to Gabriel in his own 18-yard area, and then plays it back to Ramsdale, who clears first time under pressure. Up to Sayuncu, who nods it in towards Samare. Great turn and pokes it forward. Not caught late there by Lokonga, I thought it was, but Ben White will bring it away for Arsenal. Adventures into the Leicester half. He's going to keep running here, Ben White, and find Aubameyang on the far left. 1-on-1 with Dan Amartey. Goes around him and looks for a cross, but then a good recovery block from Amartey and concedes the corner. The score prediction for me. How is that not a foul? Samare, when he just poked the ball forward, he's just got clattered into by Lokonga. For me, that's a foul. I don't know how Michael Oliver's not seen that. I don't know if Samare has stayed down, rightly so. He was caught quite heavily by the knee, I think, of Lokonga. I'm not saying it was a dirty challenge from Lokonga. I think he was going for the ball, but he just didn't. But yeah, score prediction, I'm going to go 2-2. I think it'll be a draw, 2-2. But yeah, currently 0-0. Should be 1-0 really to Arsenal. They came very close with that 1-2 from Lacazette and Saka, and he pulled it across. I think looking for Aubameyang, and Amartey cut it out and nearly put it into his own goal, but thankfully for Leicester and Schmeichel, there wasn't that much pace on the interception. It could just fall into the hands of the Danish goalkeeper. They're showing it again here. Samare done just too easily down that right flank of Arsenal's, and then a good pullback from Saka, causing danger. And Amartey, like I said, very close into conceding their own goal under a minute into the game. That chance happened. Samare's back on his feet and just hobbling off. Hopefully he'll be okay to continue. As Arsenal do have the first corner of the match with Smith-Rowe putting in an in-swinging cross. Got a couple of plays to aim for. Did score from a corner last week with Thomas Partey. It goes towards the near post again. Flicked on by a Leicester player and denies everyone. And then Gabriel kicks it out, but it had already gone for another corner. I think it was Vardy who flicked it on, and Just went past everyone. Yeah, Vardy headed it across. Tomiyasu went for it at the far post, but there was too much height on it for him. Avoided everyone and went out for another corner on the opposite side. It'll be another in-swinger, but it'll be with the left foot of Bukayo Saka, making his 100th Arsenal appearance today. Another one towards the near post and flicked on, and it's into the back of the net. The Brazilian Gabriel scores, and that ball into the near post is so dangerous for Arsenal, and they've done it again. They did it last week, a bit later on in the game, in the first half against Aston Villa, with Thomas Partey, the one heading it home. This time it's Gabriel. But teams are finding it so hard to deal with this front post delivery that Arsenal have from corners, and they can do it from both sides as well, which is so dangerous. This time it was Saka swinging it in. Gabriel lost his marker of Samare, who's not been quite on it in the early parts of this game, and it's a great flick onto the far post. Unbelievable header from Gabriel. Directs it to that far post. Schmeichel with no chance. Unbelievable delivery, an even better headed finish, and Gabriel scores for Arsenal. Third goal in his Premier League career and his 30th appearance in this top-flight English league. He scored on his debut in the Premier League against Fulham last year. He got one against Wolves as well in towards the middle of the season, and then he's got one at the start of this season as well. Leicester 0, Arsenal 1. Fantastic corner goal from Arsenal, and they've done it again. And after watching them now, in their last game, as Amati loses it to Aubameyang, poor touch, he pounces on it. He enters the box on the left. Can he get a shot away with a weak foot? He can, and Schmeichel just about stops it, but he did spill it a little bit. Nearly went into his own goal, but thankfully he could stop it for Leicester. And they need to get on it here at home as Iheanacho sees a switch on to Luke Thomas. Doesn't quite get there ahead of Tomiyasu, pokes it out into the Leicester stand for a throw-in just in the Arsenal half. But like I said, after watching Arsenal last week and now today, their corners are dangerous. Even the first one, where Vardy had to flip behind for the corner that they scored, that was a dangerous ball. You know, I think teams who face Arsenal now will be looking at their set pieces and trying to find the solution to stop them creating so many dangerous chances from those set pieces. And the fact they can do it from both sides as well just makes it so much more dangerous, because you just no break from it. They'll always come at you every time you can see the corner against them. As Johnny Evans has it now for Leicester on the halfway line. Has been out with a foot injury for the majority of this season, but he's just about now to return into the lineup and getting in full 90-minute appearances for Leicester, Johnny Evans. So key to their success. And again, still on the ball, Johnny Evans goes across to Kaglar Sayoncu, who brings it forward. The left-footed Turkish centre-back. Maddison's found himself in the left wing-back position. Goes back over to Johnny Evans, who sees a clip ball over the top, looking in behind for Luke Thomas on the byline. He just about keeps it in and hooks it towards the box, but instead goes over the crossbar and out for a goal kick for Arsenal. If you are new, please subscribe and like. If you're enjoying the commentary, 5 minutes in, 6 yards out. It's a great header, it really is. Dominant in the air there, Gabriel, and rightly so. He does tower over people when you're at the height of 6'3". Great to see Arsenal fans going crazy in the away end, and rightly so. Gabriel, who's making such a good partnership with Ben White at the back for Arsenal. As Ramsdale's goal kick's gone straight to the Leicester defence, and they get it forward to Maddison. Tries to go back towards Luke Thomas, comes off the left wing back last and out for an Arsenal throw-in. Rodgers will not be happy with this start. It's a bit of a slow start for Leicester. They are unbeaten in their last 5 with 4 wins in a row in all competitions. They want to keep that run going, same as Arsenal. They're unbeaten in their last 8, I'm pretty sure. Unbeaten in the last 6 in the Premier League, I do know that. Scoring 10 goals in those 6 games. So not many goals, they probably want more. Tomiyasu gets beyond Iheanacho really well and pokes it forward to Aubameyang, who's gone central. Finds Smith Rowe out wide left, who played so well in this area in Arsenal's last game against Aston Villa in the Premier League. Goes back inside to Aubameyang, across to Lacazette on the edge. Does he fancy a strike? No, he tries to return it back to Aubameyang in the box. Headed interception by Amati. Tielemans out to Castagna, helps it down the line, where it will find Gabriel, who gets there beyond Iheanacho and wins a throw in Arsenal. As Gabriel's clearance forward came off the Nigerian last. Great start for Arsenal. in the game last season at this ground, Arsenal were down in the 6th minute due to Yuri Tielemans' goal. Now they're ahead in the first 5 minutes, and they've kept hold of that lead for the next 5 minutes of this game, as we're about to hit the 10th minute soon, and it's still 1-0 Arsenal. Smith Rowe, who likes to gravitate towards his left-hand side, skips past Amati really well. He's going to look for a left-footed cross, doesn't quite get it right, over the bar for a goal kick for Leicester. Smith Rowe on that left-hand side against Aston Villa was seriously dangerous, and I'm sure he'll be gravitating towards that left-hand side again, kind of merging Arsenal into a 4-4-2, with Aubameyang and Lacazette up front, Smith Rowe on the left, Saka on the right, and then Lokonga and Partey making up the midfield too. But Leicester have it with Kasper Schmeichel, only the one clean sheet this season so far in all competitions. That was against Wolves on the first day of the season, so they'll be looking to keep a clean sheet soon. Today won't be that day, as they've already conceded, as Soyuncu also gives it away. Inception, and Saka can get onto it. Chops onto his left foot, slips, but keeps possession and goes to the edge of the box to Partey on the left foot. Fancies a strike, Schmeichel saves. Down to his right. Solid save by Schmeichel as Partey on his weak foot decided he wants another Premier League goal after scoring his first one last week. Castagna will drive forward. Finds Iheanacho. Vardy lays it off into Maddison. He's got options ahead of him. He's going to keep driving towards the edge of the box. Chops onto his right foot. Lays it into Iheanacho as Maddison's caught late as he lets go of the ball. And Michael Oliver does give the free kick. Well won by James Maddison. Ben White was the one who gave it away. Maddison just chopped nicely onto that right foot, maybe looking for a shot, then realised his touch was a bit heavy and had to just poke it towards Iheanacho, which he did do, and as he poked it, he was caught late by Ben White and a rightly given free kick for Leicester in a fantastic area as well. I think it'll be Maddison as well to take the free kick, which he did win. So hadn't scored since the 21st of February of this year against Aston Villa in a 2-1 win of James Maddison, until scoring last Sunday against Brentford to win that game. So if he could go back-to-back games with goals, that will really do his confidence good. Sorry, I'm a little bit ill, so got to keep the fluids going during the game. I think to cancel the Arsenal lead this early will do Leicester really well. Give them confidence, and hopefully for Leicester they can grow a little bit more into the game. Perfect range as well for the free kick, around 24 yards out. Iheanacho, Maddison's over it. I'm sure it's going to be the right-footed Maddison to take. Hits the wall, deflects back to the English midfielder, scoops it in behind. Castagna coming back from an offside position so Ramsdale can collect the ball. Poor from Maddison, he'll expect better from himself. I'm sure he practices free kicks very often, but couldn't quite get that one over the wall this time. And Ramsdale has it. Heavy touch. Can get rid of it though to Thomas Partey, who turns on the edge of the 18-yard area for Arsenal and will bring it forward. Not really been pressed by Leicester so far. And he can find Lacazette, who drifted wide right. Met by Samare, but gets beyond Samare. Lacazette and goes to Aubameyang, who tries to dummy it. Deflects off Amati to Smith Rowe. Lokonga wants to strike from afar. Deflects off a Leicester player, in a corner it is for Arsenal. I'm sure Leicester won't want to be conceding many corners, but they're obviously having long-range strikes here, Arsenal, intentionally to try and win these corners. And you know, if one does end in the back of the net, then happy days. But if it does deflect like that Lokonga shot, because he was never going to score there, but I think he was just shooting just to look for a deflection, maybe by a corner, because they are so dangerous for them. And this is where they scored their last one, a Saka in swinger. They're going to try it again. Arsenal, how they perfected this set-piece routine. It goes in again a bit further this time towards Gabriel, just over his head, and cleared by the left foot of Iheanacho. As far as Tavares, right-footed cross back into the box, and Marty heads away. He'll fall to Tomiyasu, who just loops it in the air towards Saka on the right. Can't win the header on Luke Thomas. And Maddison will pick up the missing pieces. Gets beyond Tomiyasu and looks to send Vardy away, intercepted by Ben White. Jamie Vardy acknowledges the thought of the pass, but didn't quite come off for Maddison. Lacazette and Saka try to link up again. Not quite going to happen that time. Bullied off the ball there, Lacazette, by the duo of Tielemans and Samare. And Leicester have it back on the halfway with the French winning title for Samare last year. Signed from Lille, and they won the league ahead of PSG last year. Tielemans has it now. Works it over towards Castagna. Don't know if he thought Castagna was making the run down that side, but Castagna wasn't. And the ball goes out for a throw for Arsenal. Deep inside their own half, so Leicester can attempt to box him in here. Tavares, the left back, signed for only 8 million from Benfica. Has excellent pace and loves getting forward. Hopefully he'll have the license to do that today. Iheanacho gets it from the throw-in. Can't find a teammate. Tomiyasu can clear. Saka looks to try and keep it alive for Arsenal, and he does do so. Completes a 1-2 with Partey. Then works it to the left back, Tavares. Down the line it goes. Aubameyang picks it up, but Marty's not close enough to him, and he can find a pass to Partey. And chips it over towards Tomiyasu, the right back. Exactly on the halfway line. Goes back to Ben White. Did miss the games against Chelsea and Manchester City earlier on this season. In games in that horrid start that Arsenal had. But Tavares again bombing forward. I said he loves to get forward. And he's in a striker position here. He lays it off to the striker, Lacazette on the right. Gets it across. Key interception from Johnny Evans. And Thomas has to just put it behind for a corner. Johnny Evans not happy with his team at all. Tavares just allowed to run right through the team from left back to like a Smith Rowe position into like a centre attacking midfield role. Got the pathway to Lacazette, who tried to square it towards Aubameyang. It was well blocked there by Evans, who was not happy with his team's positioning. I will turn that up. That's how much I can go, if that helps. Saka glides it in towards the back post. That's not a great ball. Does avoid Tomiyasu and Amati, and Lacazette can pick up at the far post. Now Tavares. Back out to Saka on that right-hand side. He'll fancy himself against Luke Thomas. Goes on the inside. Gets a cross in towards Tomiyasu at the far post. Who helps it back in. Evans again has to deal with it. And clears for a throw-in for Arsenal. Arsenal just seem a lot more composed in every aspect of their game at the minute. Leicester just seem a little bit all over the place. Just need to calm down and get their foot on the ball and try and dominate some possession like Arsenal are doing right now. As they work back to Tavares in their own half. Then once more to Gabriel. Across to Ben White, the £50 million signing from Brighton. Seems like he's really growing into his role at Arsenal and being one of the main centre-backs, unlike his role at Brighton where he's one of 3 centre-backs in a back 3. Partey. In the Leicester half, Arsenal are loving this game. Lokonga. Into Smith Rowe. Lokonga again. Halfway inside the Leicester half, Tavares puts a heavy touch in, and Tielemans can intercept, and Vardy gets on the end of it. The counter-attack's on, Vardy just holding it up for now, and playing it into Maddison. Tries to go back into Vardy, falls behind him, and Thomas Partey can easily intercept, and that's a good chance for Leicester gone. And Partey swings a lovely ball out to Saka on the right, on his 100th appearance for Arsenal. He's already got an assist, can he grab a goal? No, he plays it into Lacazette in the box, who gets beyond Johnny Evans, tackled by Luke Thomas, but that falls to Smith Rowe! Hammers it home! Arsenal have got off to a fantastic start today, and they're going to continue that great start with a second goal. Smith Rowe, who scored a deflected goal against Aston Villa in their last Premier League game. There's no deflection on that one. Straight through, beyond Kasper Schmeichel, and he doubles Arsenal's lead, and is thoroughly deserved. Maddison and Vardy losing possession way too easily in the Arsenal half. Arsenal break with a lovely ball from Thomas Partey into Saka on the right-hand side. He galloped forward, not really pressed by Soyuncu, so he had bags of time to find the pass. He did to Lacazette on the edge of the box, touch into the box, tackled by Luke Thomas, and that touch from Luke Thomas went right across the box. No Leicester player was there to stop that ball from going across all the way to Smith Rowe, opens up the body, right foot, guides it to the far right corner. Lovely finish from Smith Rowe. Schmeichel flat-footed. And Mikel Arteta will be absolutely delighted. And we said before the game, Arsenal dismantled this formation and system against Aston Villa, as Dean Smith played this system as well against Arsenal. And they're dismantling it again, but this time away from home, to a Leicester City side who are in some good form at the minute. Well, Arsenal are just ripping up that good form and throwing it in the bin. 2-0 to Arsenal. Fantastic start. Smith Rowe again on the score sheet for back-to-back Premier League games. Now his 3rd goal of the season. Also bagged one against Tottenham in the North London derby. But Leicester will need to reply in some capacity, really, with a goal. 20 minutes in, Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. And they give it away again. Tielemans touches it towards Lacazette. Now brings Saka into play. He's allowed to run at Soyuncu again. He's not getting a foot in. Tomiyasu's making the overlap, but Soyuncu does eventually get a foot in. And pokes it only as far as Thomas Partey, who goes back once more to Ben White. It's a game off against Leeds, where he spent the 2019-2020 season on loan there in the Championship, getting them promoted. Then going back to Brighton for the season after, and then to Arsenal now. So 3 seasons, 3 different clubs for Ben White. Ramsdale, good distribution towards Lacazette and keeps it alive as well. Getting it beyond Soyuncu, who finds a ball over the top towards Saka, who was offside. But then, it doesn't matter anyway because Leicester had possession, so no need to put the flag up and stop play. Samari, ball over the top, looking for Iheanacho, comes off the head of Ben White and Gabriel, who deal with it amongst themselves and keeping it away from Iheanacho. And Gabriel will eventually clear up towards Lacazette. Can't win the header against Soyuncu. Falls to Samari. Tielemans, who got an unbelievable goal against Brentford last week to make it 1-0. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Because seriously, Tielemans' goal, it'll be up there for goal of the season. Definitely goal of the month winner, surely. The way he ran onto it from about 25 yards out and just blasted it into the top corner. They'll need some kind of magic like that today, Leicester, if they want to get something from this game. They are enjoying a bit of possession, though, which they need because they struggled to get their foot on the ball in the first opening 20 minutes of this game. Tielemans over to Amati. Arsenal sat back, compact, ready to soak up any pressure and then counter-attack. And they might start counter here as Ramsdale's now got the ball after a ball forward from Amati, deflected off Smith Rowe, back to their goalkeeper. Oh no, Gabriel's gone down and Ramsdale throws out of play. Not what Arsenal want to see. Gabriel got the first goal in the 5th minute. He's been playing really well alongside Ben White, creating a great youthful partnership at the age of 24. Ben White and 23, Gabriel. But clearly something doesn't feel right for Gabriel. But yeah, the way they gave the ball away for that second goal was so just lazy from Vardy and Maddison. You know, when you analyse this back, there's just nothing to say. There's nothing to critique. It's just, you know, it's there to see. They'll know when they watch it back and they'll go, why are we just being so lazy and just so, like, inconsiderate when we've got the ball? It's like they just don't care. You know, when you get the ball, especially at this top level against these teams like Arsenal, you've got to care when you've got the ball, you know. Not just think, oh, we've got the ball, we'll just keep it for a little bit. You've got to go, no, we've got to focus and, you know, work to keep the ball as well. Because Arsenal, they're a youthful team, one of the youngest in the Premier League. Definitely their starting 11's one of the youngest in the Premier League. So they have a lot of energy. They'll get at you. Any little loose ball, they'll be on it first. Or if not first, they'll be right onto you, behind you if you get it first. So teams have to be careful. This Arsenal team is not, you know, what it was in the first 3 games. Their team has completely changed from the first 3 games that they lost. Their starting 11's completely different. As soon as they started playing this team, they've been back on it and they've been unbeaten. As Gabriel's back on the pitch, I think it was a little bit of an ankle issue that he had, but he should be okay to continue. Ramsdale has it, drops it to the ground on the penalty spot, and then sends it long to the left-hand side where Amati will win the header and heads it into Castagna, the Belgian wing-back, then back into the Ghanaian of Daniel Amati. Johnny Evans now has it. Has 3 Premier League titles himself and a Champions League during his time at Manchester United, and still has so much experience, the Northern Irish centre-back. Now Kaglar Soyuncu, who's featured in every game so far in all competitions for Leicester, including Europa League and League Cup. He might not have started every one of those games, but he's definitely featured in some way. If that's off the bench or starting. They're getting pressed back here, Leicester, and all the way back to Kasper Schmeichel. Looks for Castagna on the right. Finds him. Tielemans. Just about finds Amati. Looks for the midfield option. It's Iheanacho who's dropped a little bit deep for the ball. Then works it to Samari. The number 42. Left-footed ball out to Luke Thomas. Back he goes to Soyuncu. Dealing decently so far with this Arsenal press, Leicester City. But again, back they have to go to Sir Michael. Just about gets rid of it to Evans. Aubameyang was in close pursuit. And Tielemans is allowed to turn and get forward and look for a ball wide left. And does find Luke Thomas in the Arsenal half. Down the line it goes to Vardy. Back to goal. And gets it into Luke Thomas again. Now finds Maddison. Good play from Leicester. There's an option here out wide right to Castagna. Finds him, tries to get across towards the Iheanacho, blocked by Gabriel. And will fall back towards the Belgian Castagna. Suffered a bit of an awful injury in the Euros. Well, he played 27 minutes in the Euros, Castagna, before coming off with a bit of a brutal eye injury. But he's okay now. Obviously missed all the Euros, unfortunately for him, after having a good first season last year with Leicester City. Signing from Atalanta. And here he is again, Castagna, down the line to Iheanacho. Dragging Gabriel out of position. Having to go back instead to Amati. Evans. Across the sign tube, about 10 yards into the Arsenal half. Completes a 1-2 with James Maddison. It's now Evans. Amati. Again, so compact, so strong from Arsenal. It's hard to break down here for Leicester. And they're going to try and do it now with Iheanacho. Works it out wide to Luke Thomas towards the corner flag. Just about keeps it in ahead of Tomiyasu. Swings it back to Soyuncu. Not rushing at Leicester. Going to wait for the gaps to appear. Evans. Maddison. Ball through to Iheanacho. First time to Tielemans. Looks for Vardy in behind. Good thinking again. Vardy appreciates the thought. Again, wasn't quite pulled off by Tielemans. We know he can be really clever and intricate with his passing. Maybe a little bit too intricate there. Vardy may have been offside as well, even if he was to get on the end of that and put it into the back of the net. Ramsdale kicks it out of his hands. Great ball to Aubameyang, who turns and enters the Leicester half. Plays it downfield to Tavares. Looks back to Gabriel. Tavares looks to go inside. Tackled by Tielemans. Throw in for Arsenal. 147th meeting between the two sides. Arsenal do have a considerable more amount of wins. Leicester have 33 in the fixture and Arsenal have 68, so looking for win 69 as they loosely give the ball away. And Soyuncu picks it up. Tielemans 40 Iheanacho. Loads of room to get a shot away from afar, and it's off the post. Iheanacho, he's really growing in his game the last 6 months or so, and it might have even been a save. Gets in between a group of Arsenal defenders and midfielders, and he's allowed to shoot. Bends it with the left foot. Oh, is that a save onto the post? If that is, that's an unbelievable save by Aaron Ramsdale. And I think it was. It is a corner kick. What a save. It was bending right into that far left corner from Iheanacho. Oh, Ramsdale said, not today. He's been so good for Arsenal, replacing Bert Leno as their number one. And he's showing why he's going to be keeping that space in the Arsenal team. As Maddison will put in swing run of his own. It's a really deep cross. And Marty will try and keep it alive, headed away by Tavares. He does find Samare, who flicks it back to Castagna on the halfway. It's now Tielemans. Has to go back to Castagna as Arsenal push out from the back. Forward to Samare. Marty back in the Leicester half again. And Arsenal pushed out and defended that corner well. What a save, though, from Aaron Ramsdale. Spent time at Bolton at his youth days, then working his way through the game. He's had 3 stints in the Premier League with 3 different clubs. 2 of them ended in relegation here. He's going to have to maybe do some work here as Iheanacho was nearly fed through and behind. But it was deflected away by Tavares, but I think the flag was up anyway on Iheanacho. Trying to work it forward there. Maddison finding Iheanacho in behind. Well offside anyway. Would not have counted, but good defending by Tavares to cut it out anyway. Thanks to everyone who's here. If you could please like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. Great to see this many people in the stream. Great numbers. Thank you everyone who's in here. Hope you're enjoying it. Been a good game so far. 2-0 Arsenal so far. 5th minute goal from Gabriel from an in-swinging Saka corner. And then Smith Rowe also doubled the lead as well with a goal 13 minutes later. Sancho heads it in the air, helped on by Tielemans forward. Vardy will get onto it ahead of Tomiyasu, but there was a offside flag on Vardy anyway, and Arsenal can breathe once again and regain possession. Jamie Vardy still going at the age of 34. 10 years ago, in the 2011-2012 season, he was playing in the National League for Fleetwood, which is the 5th tier of English football, just one outside the Football League. Yeah, and he scored 31 goals in 36 games in that division. That's never seen in that division, usually, in that amount of games anyway. Now, this shows how good he was and how he just was born for the Premier League, not for the lower leagues. Did he do his apprenticeship in those lower leagues? He did, and he absolutely thrived in them, showing that he was good enough to make it to the Premier League, and he's been doing it now for a good 5-6 years in the top flight. Probably just a bit of a shame that he joined the Premier League so late in his career, but despite he joined the Premier League so late, he still racked up for 255 appearances now today, scoring 125 goals as well. Absolute credit, Jamie Vardy, to the Premier League, the way he got to it. Just a role model to many people. I read his I think it was his biography or autobiography, but he was helped writing it. An incredible story, Vardy. And he could be in here. Maddison picks it up, tries to slot it through towards Vardy. Great interception from Tomiyasu on the edge of the 18-yard box. Arsenal hurry it away. Vardy going from working in a factory to then non-league, to then the Football League, and then the Premier League. It's a great story. And he continues to build up the story now with goals. He still scores. He's got 7 goals this season, all in the Premier League. 5 in 5 as well. Sancho forward to Iheanacho. First time touching Samari. Works off the pressure of Aubameyang and swiftly moves it out to Castagna on the right. Tielemans. Amati. Heavy pass. Tielemans can't keep it alive. It's now Lokonga. Over to Lacazette. First time touch back in towards Aubameyang, but Lacazette was fouled as he got the touch forward to Aubameyang, and then we pulled back for the free kick. Leicester slowly getting into the game, but still not finding the back of the net. Free kick for Arsenal in their own half. Taken. It's now Gabriel. Back into Ramsdale. Nice ball. Tavares finds Gabriel. Goes in towards Ramsdale. Vardy will close it down. Ramsdale takes a touch, then clears it with the left boot. It will fall to Sancho at the back for Leicester, but he did well just to get that away from Jamie Vardy. So Leicester having more of the possession now in the last 5 or 10 minutes, but again, other than the Iheanacho shot that was superbly saved by Ramsdale, they've not really had much of a chance. Luke Thomas can't keep that in play as well. Throw in for Arsenal. Going to show the save again. Better angle here as well. Iheanacho from about 25 yards. Oh, it's a great fingertip save from Ramsdale. Really is. Leicester have won it back now. Johnny Evans on the halfway. Over to Amati. A goal before half-time, I would say, is quite necessary for Leicester with the way Arsenal are playing. Iheanacho. Samari. Sancho using a bit of space, just about 5 yards into the Arsenal half. Plays forward into Maddison, then back into Sancho. Evans. Sees a diagonal ball over towards Castagna, and he'll find him. Great touch, find Castagna. Goes inside to Iheanacho. 1-2, back into Castagna on the right. Can he work across? Chops onto his left. Plays back into Iheanacho in the box. He's going to look for a pass, is he? On the edge of the box now. He's been worked outside the box by Gabriel, putting in pressure. Now back into Castagna. Iheanacho drives forward. Tackled by Aubameyang and Lokonga. And Aubameyang can bring it away. Ball through towards Saka. Picked up by Luke Thomas. Leicester will come again at Arsenal. Once they lose it, Leicester, they need to try and win it back as quick as they can, and they've done just that there. Superb work from Luke Thomas. Castagna looking for a ball inside to Iheanacho, easily intercepted by Tavares. Clipped late there by Castagna. Free kick won by Arsenal. Despite the complaints by Castagna and Tielemans that shouldn't have been a foul, Mike Oliver makes the last call, and he believes that was a foul. And I don't know if Castagna clipped him there. I'd have to see that one again. We're back underway. 10 minutes before the 45th minute. In the Arsenal half and into the Arsenal box. It's Ramsdale. Long ball towards the right. Saka will give chase. He won't get there first. It will be Luke Thomas, and he can head it back to Kasper Schmeichel. And Leicester again back in possession. Samare. Over to Soyuncu. Schmeichel again. Assessing the options and going to Evans in the 18-yard box. Not much movement here. It's a bit slow from Leicester. Marty down the line to Castagna. Keeps it in play. Deflects off Tavares. Leicester throwing. Thrown in by Castagna to Marty. It's now Evans. To Schmeichel. First time clearance up the field towards halfway. Iheanacho heads it on. Vardy can't keep it alive for Leicester. It's now Tavares. Goes across to the Japanese international Tomiyasu, who's already racked up a good amount of appearances for his country. 26 in total for the 22-year-old right back. It's Ben White. Gets beyond Iheanacho. Can't get beyond Samare and Tielemans, but the afters is picked up by Lokonga. Lacazette, who likes to drop deep for the ball and play it forward. He finds Saka. He's to return the ball back to the right back, Tomiyasu. Tavares. Lokonga turning one way and then the other and finding Thomas Partey. Just seems like Arsenal are a bit more turned up in possession. They're moving it quicker. They know where everyone is. They know the movements players make. A bit more assertive in possession, where Leicester are just a little bit frantic and rushing it, and some plays aren't where they're meant to be, and it's just a little bit hard to watch. As Ramsdale isn't scared to just send it long, and he has again for Lacazette to chase. Luke Thomas will get there first and clear down the line. No one's there. Ben White will pick up. And Ramsdale again. Good first half display from Arsenal away from home as well. It's great doing it at the Emirates, but they've got to be doing it away from home as well. And you can't complain if you're an Arsenal fan. Fantastic performance. Another long ball from Ramsdale, headed on by Aubameyang. But he'll be collected again by Leicester. Schmeichel. Diagonal switch to the left to Luke Thomas. Good touch. And a ball forward, a little bit heavy, but Iheanacho will chase it ahead of Ben White. Ramsdale will get there first and clear. Not very convincingly, but Maddison can't get it under control. And Arsenal get away with that one and have possession again. Tomiyasu sees a switch to Tavares. A bit behind the Portuguese left back, but he keeps it alive. And Arsenal in possession again. Lokonga switches on, and the switch is not perfected there by Lokonga. Bit of a wayward ball. Lacazette just telling him to calm it down a little bit as it went out of play for a throw. But Lokonga, at the age of, I think age of 22, his birthday was on the day of the Aston Villa victory last Friday. At the age of 21 last season, he became captain of Anderlecht from December of 2020. Vincent Kompany is in charge of Anderlecht, so we obviously saw something in Lokonga that showed leadership skills. Amati. Castagna. Back into Amati. To Samare. Enters the Arsenal half and goes across to Maddison. Tries the ball, but it's deflected to Tielemans. He fancies a long-range strike. He scored one last week from a similar range. That one was a little bit timid. Tried to go across goal this time, but it was an easy save for Ramsdale. Absolute bread and butter for Ramsdale there. Ramsdale has never kept a clean sheet against Leicester. He's played them 4 times. 1 win and 3 losses. Never kept a clean sheet yet. He'll look to change that today. And with saves like that one against Iheanacho, he might do that. He might make the clean sheet. Samari switches on. Luke Thomas back again to Soyuncu. Defensively from an Arsenal point of view, this is just superb. Pressing well, knowing when to press, being solid when the ball is getting forward, and good interception by Smith Rowe. Ball forward to Tavares. He's got so much pace. He bombs forward with that pace of his. Just holds it up a little bit, waiting for the plays to arrive. Then finds Lokonga. Across it goes to the right to Tomiyasu. A little bit too much on it, but he will collect it from going out of play on that right-hand side. Saka. Thomas Partey looking for the reverse ball in behind for Saka. Very, very close to coming off. Good vision there from Thomas Partey. Not quite. Completed the pass there. Thomas Partey. Iheanacho. Amati. Castagna. Iheanacho. Now Amati again. A lot of this play from Leicester coming down the right-hand side. They do occasionally try the left with Luke Thomas, but he's not quite strong down that left-hand side. I'm surprised Ryan Bertrand hasn't made the cut. Because you've got to remember, Luke Thomas hadn't even made the Leicester squad in the Premier League for the last 6 before today. Amati lifted ball to the edge of the box. Headed on to Iheanacho, who controls with the arm. Onobi have pulled back for a free kick for Leicester. The man who won the header to Iheanacho was James Maddison. Let's have a look. Amati with the lifted ball in. Maddison was the one who headed it on. Yeah, elbowed in the back by Ben White. So the free kick will be given. Yeah, that's cheeky from Ben White. Definitely knows what he's doing. That's the second foul now that he's committed on James Maddison to give away a free kick in a really dangerous area for the Foxes. Heavily linked to Arsenal in the summer, James Maddison. Didn't go in the end. They brought in Martin Ødegaard instead. And extended the contract of Smith Rowe as well. Well won by Maddison. Not really known for his aerial presence, but that header and the foul from it has won a good free kick. Can he score in back-to-back games? Won't be his first goal against Arsenal. Scored one in the 2019-2020 season when they beat Arsenal 2-0 at the King Power. It was Maddison and Vardy with goals that day. I'd say this is even a better position than the last one, and the last one was in a good position. James Maddison over the wall. Oh, what a save, Ramsdale! And the rebound, not in. How is it not gone in? Aaron Ramsdale, what a save! It looks like it was going right to that top corner. He's playing it off cool, but inside he'll be absolutely delighted. Tips it onto the bar. Evans came in and he saved it with his arm. Oh, what a save! Aaron Ramsdale has got to be making a statement to be in the England starting 11 ahead of Pickford, because since he's moved to Arsenal and he's got into the first team, he's been absolutely ridiculous. That free kick save and the rebound save, which he somehow stopped from Evans, which was about 2 yards out. What a double save that is. Leno is probably on the bench thinking, I am getting nowhere back into this team. What a free kick from Maddison over the wall this time. Tipped onto the bar, strong left hand. And as it dropped onto the ground, Evans came rushing in. What a save. And then Evans came sprinting in, slid to it, deflects off the post, then off of the knee of Ramsdale, and then cleared off the line. Unbelievable from Aaron Ramsdale. That is why they've not lost a game yet while he's been in the team in the Premier League. Unbelievable. And then Luke Thomas runs out of pitch on the left, concedes a throw in his own half. Sure, the Arsenal players at the top of the pitch have done their bit to get them 2-0 up, but he's also done his bit to keep it at just 2-0. Not really top corner, but what a save. Maddison was running away thinking he'd scored. Then Evans as well. Rodgers also had his arms in the air thinking they'd scored. Oh, he's made a lot of Leicester fans, players, and the manager look look a little bit stupid there. They were already celebrating. What a save, Ramsdale. He's got to make a shout for the England first team squad. I know Pickford's a very trusty pair of hands for England, which is strange because for Everton he's not quite that. But absolutely unbelievable. What a save, Ramsdale. Well, I'll take the 45th minute. Sainchu's got it. Long lifted ball towards Vardy. It will drop towards Iheanacho in the end, who will win the ball ahead of Tomiyasu and play it through to Vardy. On the byline on the left, he's not got many options in the box. Has to hold it up. Plays it off of Ben White. And then back off Vardy and then a goal kick. Vardy's not happy with that one. He got it, he kept it in, he poked it off Ben White, looking for the corner, and then before it went off the pitch for a corner, it went off Vardy again. And we've got 2 minutes of added on time. Leicester will be frustrated that they've not at least scored one today so far. Well, that is just the sheer brilliance in net of Aaron Ramsdale. And he will take this goal kick. Towards Aubameyang, can't win ahead of Evans. Header forward by Thomas Partey. Sancho wins it, drops all as far as Smith Rowe, who helps it forward in behind. Evans will get there and will deflect it off Bukayo Saka for a goal kick for Leicester. I definitely don't think this is game over for Arsenal. They'll have to match the levels they put in at this half to get the 3 points because Leicester at home will want to impress the home fans, get them behind them for games to come. Schmeichel towards Luke Thomas, heads it forward. Tomiyasu is there ahead of Vardy. Now Aubameyang, who just volleys it forward into the Leicester sky. Lacazette picks it up in the end. Evans deals with it. Samare, chip ball over the top, finds Vardy, holds it up. Being chased down by Ben White, but he does distribute to Tielemans on the halfway. Now Luke Thomas down the line against Vardy. Tries to go inside, but Thomas Partey's there to tackle. With 25 seconds left of the half. Arsenal got their 2-goal lead under 20 minutes, and then from the 20th minute onwards, they've defended really well, got forward at times, but mainly have just defended the 2-goal lead they've got, and they've kept it, and Ramsdale collects from a long ball over the top by Leicester, looking for Iheanacho, who also came close himself, but was stopped by an unbelievable Ramsdale save. Hello, Verno Mixer. How are you doing okay? Hope everyone in the stream's doing alright. I hope you're enjoying as well. Great game so far, as Ramsdale kicks it into the air, and that will be half-time here at the King Power Stadium. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. Arsenal got off to a great early start, scoring within the 5th minute due to an unbelievable corner by Saka on his 100th Arsenal appearance, and Gabriel scoring his 3rd Premier League goal in his career, heading it to the far post, nettling the back of the net, and giving Arsenal an early lead. They continued their pressure, and in the 18th minute, Smith Rowe picked up on a loose ball in the box as Luke Thomas tried to tackle the on-rushing Lacazette in the box. Fell to Smith Rowe and just guided it into the back of the net, opened up the body. Not even a chance for Schmeichel in the Leicester net, and that gave Arsenal their 2-goal lead. Then from there, Leicester started to take over in terms of possession, trying to create some chances. They did with Iheanacho. Great save from Ramsdale to tip it around the post. And then again, right before the end of the half, Maddison won his 2nd free kick of the game after Ben White elbowed him in the back, bent it over the wall and bending it into the top right corner of the goal. But Ramsdale, a really good left arm into the ball to save it onto the bar, and then to get rid of the rebound as well from Johnny Evans to keep it at 2-0, to keep Arsenal's clean sheet. Will they be able to keep it in the second half and then to the end of the game? We'll have to find out. But as it stands at half-time, frustrating half for Leicester, because they couldn't get a hold of the ball at the start of the half, and then once they were allowed to have the ball in the second half of the first half, they just couldn't score. Just fantastic defending, compact defending from Arsenal, and that is why it is Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. And again, Leicester struggling with this 3 at the back. Sometimes it works, and there's just times where it just doesn't. They're unbeaten in their last 5-0 competitions, but today they could be undone here by this fantastic Arsenal side. Hope you're doing good. So I haven't do well. Other than the fact I'm a little bit ill, I'm doing okay. I've had a week off of college, so you can't complain. But no, I'm doing okay. Great game of football. Some good footballs at 5:30. We've got Arsenal, Tottenham, their rivals, playing against Manchester United. That's quite a big game as well. In terms of the next commentary as well, I really don't know, because I'm back in college, so it's just harder to get the notes done for them. I literally can't tell you when the next one will be. I'll just have to try and find the gap and do it. So just keep an eye out, subscribe, notifications on, then you'll know. It's just easier that way. I know a lot of people do say, "Oh, turn notification bell on," but it is just easier to do, just so you know when I'm going live. Do want to do another Champions League one soon. That's definitely one I want to do. Yeah, don't know which one, but yeah, I just have to wait and see. But I did one last week, done one today. I hope you're enjoying them. Let's see if we gained any subscribers. I hope we have, because we had quite a lot of people in before, and everyone who stuck about as well. Thank you very much. But we had what was it? What was it saying here? 16 people we had in before, which is decent. 2 new subscribers as well. So if you're still here, the people who subscribed, thank you very much. It is very, very much appreciated. Just change the second half. What do we think as well? I want to talk about this because I've seen it all. It's been going on the full week. Hello, Sanjay. Are you okay? I just want to talk about the Manchester United situation. The Ollie out. I am absolutely beyond shocked that he's not been sacked. I just think it's time to move on from Ollie. I just think the season they've become completely stumped in terms of ideas under him, and it's just showing his lack of managerial experience and quality, to be honest, relying too much on individual performances and brilliance. But they've got Tottenham today away. Tottenham aren't doing great themselves under Nuno, but then they've got Atalanta away, then City at home, Watford away, which won't be easy under Claudio Ranieri. He got a great 5-2 win away at Everton last week. It's just looking really tough for United. I just want to know what other people think. Should he have gone? Were United right to keep him? Let me know. You are the best YouTuber ever. Thank you. I mean, I would say differently, but I appreciate the comment. Thank you very much. If you got an opinion on the Solskjaer United stuff, put it in the chat, because I just can't believe he kept his job, to be honest. I mean, I've watched United many times because they just always seem to be, televised in some way, which rightly so, because they're quite funny to watch. But that Liverpool, for me, that was just the absolute dagger in the heart of Solskjaer, and somehow he survived it. And by the way, Liverpool could have won that game about 6, 7, 8-0, but they completely took their foot off the gas once Pogba got that red card in the 60th minute. So the half an hour, they just passed it around and just kept possession of the ball, mainly not wanting to risk injuries or anything like that, which is fair enough, Yeah, but I'm excited to watch them today. I'm not going to lie. I'm very excited to watch United to see how they get on after such a negative week. Not easy though, because if Tottenham are on it, then they could get beat again by quite a high score. I remember United, Tottenham beating City on the start of the first game of the season. Yeah, the half-time break will be done in about 5 minutes' time. Arsenal, though, are absolutely fantastic first half performance. Arteta's obviously found something on a way of playing that is effective. Those Ramsdale saves, it could easily be 2-2 for sure for Leicester in terms of the Iheanacho shot and the Maddison free kick, but other than those individual chances, that they've not really created too much as a team, breaking through Arsenal's defence, because it has been so solid. Ramsdale getting quite the appreciation on social media, rightly so. He's been unbelievable. To be honest, I was really, really, really sceptical of the Ramsdale signing. Obviously, after getting rid of Emi Martinez last season, that seemed to backfire a little bit, because Emi Martinez was one of the best keepers in the league last season. They let him go for just, about 20 million, and then bringing in Ramsdale, who'd been relegated twice in 2 seasons. I'm not saying he would relegate Arsenal. I'm just saying, not concedes a lot of goals, not kept many clean sheets. I thought it was a bit of a strange one, but it's turning out to be an unbelievable signing. That Maddison one, oh, what an arm. And then to keep out the Evans chance as well. Onto the crossbar, saves the Evans one. Nothing really Maddison could have done. Found the gap in the wall. Ramsdale saved. Leicester fans thought he'd gone in. So did Rodgers. So did Maddison. So did nearly everyone in the stadium thought he'd gone in. Ramsdale did have other ideas. And saved it. Pulled off an unbelievable double save. Obviously highly appreciated on social media, but highly appreciated by the Arsenal fans, who thought their team's lead was going to be half there to 2-1 right before half time. So that makes a big difference as well. If Arsenal, concede that goal from the free kick, Leicester gain confidence going at half time, only 1 goal behind, thinking they can probably do the comeback like they did against United as well, when they went 2-1 when they went 2-1 up and then 2-2, and then flipped it around, scored 2 goals again. So a comeback for Leicester definitely isn't off the cards, because like we said, did it against United. But I'm not just saying this to have a dig, I'm genuinely not. But Arsenal seem a bit more of a solid team defensively, so I don't think Leicester will get the chances they did against United, just because Arsenal just seem a bit more solid defensively. Actually, I'm not just saying that to take the mick or anything. Genuinely, Arsenal have the stronger defence at the minute in terms of being compact and being as a unit. United didn't really have that, and Leicester could just rip them apart like they did twice to get those 2 winning goals. That 4th one coming from Patson Daka and Jose Perez as well, scoring in that game. Timer, yeah, I'll get that sorted actually. Thanks for the reminder. That's why you're here, Venomix. That's why you're here, just to remind me when I just completely forget. Alright, there we go. That's ready. I'll keep it up on screen as well. But I'm going to stick with my 2-2 prediction. I'm going to stick with it. Hopefully, for the neutrals' sake, Leicester can come back and make it 2-2 or even go on and win it. But if the first half is anything like the second half, then Arsenal will just see this game out, I think, and get the win. They might not even score another goal. They might only need the 2 to win this game. We'll have to see, though, come the second half, which is going to be getting underway just in a couple minutes' time now. Arsenal after such a woeful start, though, against Brentford, Chelsea and Manchester City, which, to be fair, I would have expected them to do a bit better against. But then, again, their team is... If you go back now and look at Arsenal's squad, Arsenal's starting 11 against definitely Brentford and Manchester City, you'll understand why they were doing so badly and now why they're doing so well. Compare the team that starts today against Leicester and the team that started away at Brentford opening day. It's just the contrast is unbelievable. So it makes complete sense that they're now on a great run, because their team is fantastic on paper. It really is, and it's showing that as well on the pitch. which is the main thing for Arteta. Coming up to the age of 40 next March, Arteta, still young. And you've got to remember as well, for Arsenal, he's won them an FA Cup, won them a Community Shield, he has won them trophies. FA Cup, people, play it off these days, but that's a big trophy to win. And he had to beat Manchester City to win it and then beat Chelsea in the final. Coming up as well to 100 Arsenal games as manager, which is just absolutely crazy. It's game number 99 today. Next game for him will be game number 100 for Mikel Arteta, which is a great achievement. He's been doubted many, many times. Maybe too many times. But when you work under Guardiola for so long, and he's in such close quarters to the man on such a daily basis, you're going to learn a lot. And, what is he learning on the job? Yeah, because this is his first managerial job in terms of him being the main man. But I think he's doing really well. Yes, it's going to be bumps on the road. They'll probably go some point this season where they don't win in 4 or 5 games. That will happen, but then they'll go on another run like this. It's just the way of management. I think this squad in 1 or 2 years could really be up there for fighting for Champions League places again, competitively. They might even do it this year if they can keep this squad fit. But when Arteta improves these players as a team and as individuals, which he's already doing, this team will be fantastic for Arsenal. They do say trust the process, and people joke about it, but it is true. Trust it, and it's looking like it's going to come through and play a big part in Arsenal's future. This team, and that process is by the board, definitely. Maybe not by the fans at times, but by the board is definitely being trusted. If Manchester United lose, Ole has to go for them. I agree. I think he should have gone last week, like I said, but I agree. I think if he loses to Tottenham, Arsenal are on the same points as Manchester United currently at the start of this game. So if they win this, they'll go 3 points above them. So United have to win to be on the same points as Arsenal. And you could definitely argue Arsenal have had the much tougher games compared to Manchester United. So double change as well for Leicester. Brendan Rodgers clearly not happy with his team's performance. 2 of the wide men are coming on. So Daniel Amati will be coming off. And I think harshly coming off is Iheanacho. I think Iheanacho is one of the better players. But Iheanacho does come off, and Daniel Amati for Harvey Barnes and Ademola Lookman. Signed on loan from RB Leipzig. Lookman was on loan at Fulham last year and scored at this ground to get Fulham a really big win. In the end, it wasn't big enough because they did still go down, but Lookman was fantastic for Fulham. So let's see what this does. They'll go to a back 4, definitely, with Maddison in behind Vardy and then Lookman and Harvey Barnes in the wide area. So 4-2-3-1 for Leicester. I'm surprised they didn't start with a 4 at the back, to be honest. I think they're much stronger like that. I never think Leicester have settled with a 3 at the back at any point, even during these runs of wins. I think it's always been the back 4 that they've been more settled and more comfortable with, more than anything. So the players are back on the pitch after the double change for Leicester. Will that make the difference? Will they come out all guns blazing against the Gunners? Leicester will be kicking from right to left, Arsenal left to right towards the away fans in that far right of the stadium in the corner of the ground. Leicester will have to get off to a quick start. That's for sure. Mike Oliver blows the whistle. Vardy plays it back to Johnny Evans. Diagonal ball towards the left-hand side. Bounces towards Harvey Barnes. Header won by Tomiyasu. Helped on once more by Lokonga. Samari heads it forward to Maddison. Tackled by Thomas Partey. And then once more by Tomiyasu. Leicester throwing. Luke Thomas throws back to Soyuncu. Now into Johnny Evans. Soyuncu again. There's the timer as well. People spend 5-0 in school. I mean, it could have been more. I think you're lucky it's 5-0 if you're a United fan. Soyuncu Had a disappointing Euros. Sayıncu alongside the whole Turkish national team were put in as the underdogs before the tournament and then crashed out in the group stage. Here he is again. Sayıncu plays it forward to Maddison. Works it to Luke Thomas in the Leicester half. Just outside their 18-yard box. Sayıncu will bring it forward. Work to Johnny Evans. Castagna. Nicely done. Lookman, good turn. Finds the ball forward to Maddison. Pickpocketed by Lokonga. Smith Rowe brings it forward. And finds Aubameyang on the left. Burst of pace from Tavares and the overlap. Doesn't find him. Works it to Smith Rowe instead. Good tackle by Johnny Evans. And cleared by Schmeichel. Up towards Vardy. Loses out to Gabriel in the air. And it's now with Thomas Partey in the Arsenal half. Ben White's going to be worked back to Ramsdale here. Vardy will give chase. Does get it to Gabriel. Then inside to Thomas Partey. Well played from Arsenal. Time, by the way. I've done it. Time is done. Saka on the turn. Outmuscles Luke Thomas. Going inside and working it to the left to Tavares. Looks for a whipped, devilish cross. But it is blocked by Leicester. It'll be a corner for Arsenal. We know how dangerous they can be from these corners. So every time Arsenal win the ball and get forward, they just look like they can score. Can't quite say the same thing for Leicester. Smith Rowe to take, right-footed in swinger. Ben White and Gabriel are making their way forward from the back. Can Gabriel get a brace? Brace of headers. Ball in towards the near post, headed away by Castagna. Picked up by Tavares. Helps it back in the box. No one's there. And Schmeichel will see it out for a goal kick for Leicester City. Again, not a great opening to the half for Leicester. Not quite as dominant as you would like them to be at home as well. Castagna down the line to Lookman. Tielemans, ball over the top, finds Castagna, who's made a run in behind. Gabriel will sweep it up and clear up the field, where Evans has to dove it and can only head it out for a throw for Arsenal in the final third. As a goalkeeper myself, you've got to appreciate the saves of Aaron Ramsdale there in that first half from Iheanacho and James Maddison. Tavares with the throw-in for Arsenal. There's a little bit of European experience, Tavares. 5 Europa League appearances while at Benfica. Obviously not in European competition this season. Arsenal, as Lacazette loses out. It's now Tielemans across to Samare. Just gets beyond Thomas Partey. Tries to foul him. Samare can bring it away. He's got numbers ahead of him. One of them is Jamie Vardy. Slots into him. Edge of the box. Tries to cut it back. Jamie Vardy. Intercepted and cleared by Arsenal. In the air. Someone has to make the most of this. And Tomiyasu does. With a header away. One back by Tielemans. A good strong tackle on Aubameyang. The tackles the crowd love to see. Castagna. On the halfway. Johnny Evans, man from Northern Ireland, just made shy of 200 appearances for Manchester United, made 198. Johnny Evans, you don't make that many appearances for United and be rubbish, that's for sure. It's Harvey Barnes. Luke Thomas, back to Harvey Barnes again. Needs to try and work across. He's allowed to get a cross in. Jamie Vardy meets it, but Ben White blocks. Cleared by Arsenal, always tries the edge of the box to Evans. Works it back out wide left to Luke Thomas. Fails to find Barnes, but does on the second attempt. Back to goal, Harvey Barnes is allowed to turn forward. Get the cross in ahead of Tomiyasu, and then the ball is poor. Good whip by Harvey Barnes, but the accuracy of the cross, which let him down there. Couldn't find any Leicester players. Yeah, good. I mean, the quality of the cross was good, in terms of the whip, the pace. It's what you want in a cross, but just couldn't find a Leicester man. Ramsdale with the goal kick. Big kick out towards Saka on the right. Luke Thomas wins the header. Hooked back into play by Harvey Barnes. Only as far as a throw in as Thomas Partey got there ahead of James Maddison. So back to Soyuncu. And the last season, these teams were separated by 5 points. Leicester in 5th, Arsenal in 8th. Shows how close that battle for Europe was in the end. So Harvey Barnes looking to try and get inside. Plays it across to Maddison, who's a little bit deeper here, around 30 yards away from goal. Samare. Over now to Johnny Evans. Castagna. Lookman. Can't find Castagna on the return. Tavares dinks it into Smith Rowe. And he goes again to Tavares. Look at the pace he's got on the overlap. Decides not to use him. Finds Aubameyang and then finds Tavares. He's met with a strong tackle by Evans. And it comes off Tavares last. Throw in for Leicester. But as soon as they won the ball back there, Tavares, and he got it to Smith Rowe, he's got electric pace. Oh, what a ball into Maddison. Through ball to Vardy. He'll get there ahead of Gabriel on the right-hand side of the box. Looks to pull it back to Harvey Barnes. He strikes it first time on the edge. He was never going to score there. Harvey Barnes, first time from the pullback from Vardy. Should have really tried to take a touch there, Harvey Barnes, but decided to go for it first time. And the shot lacked accuracy and pace. And if he was to score from that, it would have been some goal. Gabriel takes the goal kick into Ramsdale. Sends it long up to Aubameyang. Loads of room and space between midfield and defence to pick it up. And then finds Smith Rowe. Thomas Partey. Tomiyasu. Just inside the Leicester half. Back to Ben White. Now over to Bukayo Saka. Into Lacazette again. Loads of time and room to look for a pass. He's going to find the switch. Well, he doesn't find the switch. He sees the option but can't find Tavares on the left. He was looking to burst forward. Out for a goal kick. Now Arsenal have a decent start to the second half as well. Leicester still not quite finding their stride after the formation change. Thank you to everyone who has liked and subscribed during the stream. It's heavily appreciated. Castagna playing it right back now into Johnny Evans. Now 33 years of age, Johnny Evans. Coming towards the end of his career, that's for sure, in terms of, top level. Here he has it again. It's Kasper Schmeichel. Spent 7 years at Manchester City. Schmeichel from 2002 to 2009. And played once against Arsenal for Manchester City. He's now played 12 times against Arsenal for Leicester. Evans again just struggling to find that forward pass. Has to go across to Soyuncu in the back line. Luke Thomas forward to Harvey Barnes right on the halfway. He's going to look to run forward like he loves to do, Harvey Barnes. Loves to run at defenders, and he's doing it against Tomiyasu. Has to head back to Samare. Tielemans. Ball forward through to the gap to Luke Thomas. Going to get a strike away. Oh, it's just past the post. Unbelievable vision from Yuri Tielemans to find the gap to Luke Thomas in the box on the left. And as he just got in between the two Arsenal defenders, he worked the shot with the left foot, but the shot was just too straight. And it just went right across goal, past the post. Luke Thomas is a little bit frustrated with himself, but that was a great chance created 10 minutes in the second half, and it is showing that there is gaps to be exploited there for Leicester in this Arsenal defence. Very unlucky from Luke Thomas. Lookman down the line to Castagna. He finds the pullback. He's deflected towards Maddison. Well defended by Thomas Partey. Has to clear and slice out for a corner. Leicester now growing into this game. Really finding the foothold now. I don't understand why they didn't go for this four at the back from the start, but Rodgers will sure learn from this game and will look to try and get his team the 3 points despite being 2 goals down currently. Been out swinging ball from Maddison from the Leicester right. The ball needs to be good, and it is a good one, but well headed away by Arsenal. Now Luke Thomas on the edge. Swings the ball back in, and it's right into the hands of Aaron Ramsdale. Good collection from the goalkeeper. the short-sleeved goalkeeper shirt. Never been too fond as a keeper myself on the short-sleeved shirt. I've always been a fan of goalkeepers playing in the long-sleeved. As Arsenal lose out here with Ramsdale's pass. Samare caught late by Lacazette from behind. Free kick for Leicester, about 20 yards into the Arsenal half, so obviously no shooting chance, way too far away for that, but maybe a chance to build another attack. Yeah, Lacazette just try and get the ball from behind. It's hard to do that, especially when a striker tries to do it, gets to try and win the ball from behind. It usually ends in a foul. It looks like a change is going to be made for Arsenal soon. Martin Ødegaard will be coming on. So an attacking option, that's for sure. It might just be like for like. Might bring off maybe a Lacazette or an Aubameyang. Can't see Smith Rowe coming off. I think Smith Rowe's been brilliant with the goal he scored as well. Maddison looks for Sancho on the right. He keeps it in, heads it into the box. Won by Tavares, always far as Tielemans, whose volley goes way over the bar. And a goal kick for Arsenal, which they'll be very happy to see. So that change will be made now for Arsenal. Do have Watford at home next, and then Arsenal away after the international break. So if they could win this and then get another win at Watford, have the international break, and then try and go at at Liverpool, who knows? But they definitely need to win that Watford game next, that's for sure. As it will be Lacazette to come off. Remember, he's only just started his first game against Aston Villa last week, so probably just still getting to full fitness. So Lacazette comes off for Ødegaard. So Evans wins the header forward. Gabriel has to deal with it. Header's not grateful. Straight to Tielemans. Ball forward to Vardy on the right hand side. Back heels into the path of Lookman. Gets there. Needs to get a shot away. He does, and it's another great save from Ramsdale. He's been absolutely unbelievable today. Made himself big at the near post to block the angle. Great play, Vardy. Good back heel into Lookman. Got the shot away. Great save. Maddison again with another outswinging corner. Will anything beat Ramsdale today? Mark Oliver just halts play. Evans and Lokonga just having a little bit of beef within the corner. Maddison, left arm raised in the air. Ball put into the box. It's another good ball in. Again, well dealt with. Header won by Gabriel. It's now worked out to the right-hand side against Tielemans. Maddison has space for another cross. Deflection off Sambi Lokonga. Loops in the air as Evans helps it on. Blocked. Falls to Maddison, who turns very nicely. Evans can't quite take over. Arsenal win it back 1-2 with Ødegaard and Aubameyang. And the Gabonese international looks to break for Arsenal. Has to play it back to Lokonga. Then once more to the goalkeeper Ramsdale. Just about clears with his weak left foot. You can tell that's his weak foot. Didn't look comfortable. Poor clearance. Samari picks it up on the right wing position. Into Tielemans. Finds the gap again. Finds Castagna. Pulls it back to Maddison in the box. Can't work the space for a shot. Does fall back to Tielemans as he's tackled by Lokonga. He then strikes it. Deflects off Tomiyasu. Half an hour to go into the corner. Still 2-0 Arsenal. But it does look like that Arsenal defence is starting to crack. The only thing that's keeping it together is Ramsdale. I still have to keep drinking. You can kind of tell I'm not feeling 100%, so I need to keep drinking, unfortunately. Again, I don't think Arsenal have conceded the corner that hasn't been on this side. Maddison, another outswinger. Every Maddison ball has been good so far, and again, it's a good ball, but again, Gabriel wins it. Leicester need to get involved here. Maddison's putting some good balls into 6-yard area, dangerous areas where Leicester just need to attack it, but there's no one there. They do recycle, and it's now Samare's looking forward. Maddison again has another chance for a cross from a better angle, and Ramsdale collects it. Is the caught there by Evans. Oh, he's not happy about that, Ramsdale, as he went to catch it. Vardy tried to take on, I'm not even kidding you, Arsenal had about 6 players surrounding. Evans walked off, and then Vardy was just left to fend for himself. Yeah, Ramsdale came to catch it, and then Evans just caught him in the air, and it meant Ramsdale just had a bit of a heavy landing there. And Vardy wasn't happy, he got involved. Evans just walked off, and then Vardy was left to fend for himself against about 6 Arsenal players. I don't think there's anything malicious in it by Evans. He was just running to try and win the header, and he just collided a little bit into Ramsdale. And that Ramsdale kick has gone straight out for a Leicester throw-in, taken quickly, nearly 5 yards off the pitch there. Luke Thomas, great throwing down to Barnes, can't keep it in, but then they win it back with Luke Thomas. Good turn from Maddison, can he get beyond White? He can with Harvey Barnes taking over, he's got to score in the 6-yard area! Ramsdale saves again. I'm not even exaggerating, this is one of the best goalkeeper performances I've seen in a very long time. Good work from Maddison, Luke Thomas and Barnes, and once Maddison turned in the box, Harvey Barnes took over, and then Ramsdale just making himself massive, lunging himself at it, making a really top save. Evans and Ramsdale just having a quick chat, as Evans' job is just to stand towards the keeper. It's going to be in swinging now for Maddison. They've got to score soon, surely. Ball in towards the far post, header won by Lokonga, pushed in the back by Soyuncu. Free kick won by Arsenal. Ramsdale just feeling a little bit of pain. Yeah, I bet Bernd Leno on the bench is just thinking, there's no way I'm making it into the first team again. I'm going to have to try and find a new club. Because he was in goal, Bernd Leno, for the first 3 Premier League games. Ødegaard. Saka looks for the back heel into the Norwegian. Cut out by Luke Thomas. Arsenal finally getting out their own half and getting into the deeper areas of the Leicester half. Saka turns Luke Thomas. Pass intercepted by Samari. Finds the ball into Tielemans. His pass intercepted. Leicester have to deal with it. Luke Thomas hooks over his head. And away. Won by Thomas Partey. Now Ødegaard. Tripped by Samari. Free kick to Arsenal. They're definitely winning free kicks in the right areas here, Arsenal. Defensively and offensively. Knowing when to break the game down, because they have got that 2-goal cushion. Some do say 2-goal leads are usually the most dangerous. Because 1 goal can change the whole game. Either way. Saka and Smith Rowe over it. Saka ball in. Dangerous. Castagna heads away. Helped away by Samari. And Leicester will push out. Halfway lines Tavares. He's going to be worked back to his goalkeeper, Ramsdale. Lookman will keep chasing him down. And he will kick it away. Ramsdale. Up towards Saka. He won't find a teammate with that flick on. Throwing for Luke Thomas and Leicester City. Luke Thomas making his 36th first-team appearance. He's been at the club since 2008. Luke Thomas, so came through the academy. Nearly scored earlier on in the half. Luke Thomas. Ball just going past the post. Soyuncu will bring it forward. He's going to keep going, Soyuncu. Going on a bit of a mad run here, the Turkish international. What a run. And he lays it off into Lookman on the right. He's going to find a cross. Looking for Vardy. Good interception by Ben White. As far as Maddison. Goes to Luke Thomas on the left. Once more to Barnes. He needs to run at Tomiyasu here. Gets onto his right foot. Decides to shoot. Easy save for Ramsdale. Looking for the near post shot there. Harvey Barnes. Not quite good enough though in the end. The substitute. Got 2 goals this season. 1 against Napoli in the Europa League. In the first game of the Europa League. And then 1 against Brighton in the week. So Arsenal keep possession here. Smith Rowe was fouled, but advantage was played as Arsenal capped the ball. Ben White, forward, over the top. Can't find Bukayo Saka. Collected by Kasper Schmeichel. You can't really say he was at fault for either goals today. Weren't really helped by his defence in terms of blocking the shots and avoiding the goals. Luke Thomas swings it in behind for Maddison. Ben White will get there. Plays it back to his goalkeeper who clears first time. Samari controls it in the midfield and turns Ødegaard really well. Then gives possession out wide right to Timothy Castagna. Tielemans into Lookman, finding nice pockets on the right hand side. Lookman and running at the defence. Then finds Castagna. He's going to look for a cross. He's lifted in and it's just too much on it. Luke Thomas will keep it in though on the left. He's had a much better half this second half. Luke Thomas swings a good ball and again no one's there in the right area for Leicester. Really frustrating. These crosses have been put in some great areas but not being found by Leicester men. Tielemans on the right. He fancies another cross. Up towards Vardy. Needs to be doing better. 9 yards out. Latched onto the Tielemans cross with the header. Looking towards the near post. Ramsdale didn't even have to dive for that one. He knew that was going wide. It was quite far wide as well from Hardy. Oh, he needs to do better. In his whole career, the most goals he's got against any opponent is Arsenal. 11 in 13. 8 goals in the last 8 games against Arsenal as well. Not quite finding the back of the net today. Ramsdale, goal kick up towards Aubameyang. Oh, he turns Evans and he's held down. It's a yellow. Johnny Evans is very, very lucky that he is not the last man there, because if he was, Aubameyang was away and he was going to be sent off. He spun Evans really well, and Evans just had to keep hold of Aubameyang because he knew if he'd let go of him, Aubameyang was in, and there was players recovering for Leicester. That's why it's not a, or is it? He's lucky Castagna's just making his way back to his right, because if Castagna was a bit further away, he's last man for me. Very, very lucky there, Johnny Evans. I'm sure VAR will have a look at it to make sure it definitely isn't a red. But I just think Castagna is just close enough for Evans not to be a last man. Aubameyang having to do the target man role as Lacazette came off, and he's doing it really well. Yeah, they're going to have a VAR check on this. Peter Walton's getting involved for BT Sport. Not like he says much good, to be fair. Usually comes out of some stuff I just don't understand. Yeah, the yellow card it is. No red for Johnny Evans. And Saka's over this free kick. Gabriel has gone up for it. He's going to look for Aubameyang, though, who volleys it across goal, and what a header that is. Castagna, a really important header at the far post, because if he didn't head it away, someone's lurking at the far post there just to have an easy tap in. Aubameyang connects to it beautifully, and it's forward to the far post. What a cross that is from Aubameyang. It's about to fall to either Ben White or Smith Rowe, but Castagna takes avoiding action and heads away. Smith Rowe into a good area, all the way to the back post. Good save from Schmeichel. Aubameyang again at that far post. He crossed the last time. That time he shot. And what a save from Schmeichel. First big save he has to make. Great ball again from Smith Rowe. Samari, who's just been so poor today in terms of keeping track with his men in the box. He loses Aubameyang. He gets onto it at the far post. Good save from Schmeichel. But Arsenal come again. Ødegaard, 20 yards out. Saka in the box. He finds him. Gets on his left foot. He shoots. Good bot from Söyüncü. It's in the box. It falls to Saka again, who gets it across. Castagna clears. And Söyüncü helps it on, but there's an offside flag there anyway. Very, very close. Bukayo Saka wanted to get the shot away at the far post, but it was a good block in the end, and then they dealt with it, with Saka eventually being found guilty of an offside. So another change. James Maddison will be brought off. And Patson Daka is on. Patson Daka has scored 4 recently in the Europa League against Spartak Moscow. Castagna nearly gives the ball away there. Yeah, scored 4 against Spartak Moscow. Oh, they've lost it again. Lokonga. Ødegaard. Out to Saka again. It's a carbon copy of their last move. This time he does get the shot away, but it's over the bar. Leicester couldn't get out to him quick enough to block it. He was able to get the shots away Not quite the way you would have wanted it to happen there, Saka. But now they've got Vardy on, Daka, Lookman and Barnes. They've got to surely score. Samare. Good tackle from Thomas Partey. Unbelievable. He plays it through towards Smith Rowe. Will give chase down the left. Just too much on it. It will be a throw in for Leicester in their right back area. Showing Patson Daka there, number 29, who's the first Leicester player to score a hat-trick in European competition. Did score the 4th goal in that 4-2 win against Manchester United at home a couple of weeks back. Again, Leicester lose out from the throw, and Aubameyang picks it up this time. Lokonga. Now over to Thomas Partey, about 10 yards into the into the Leicester half. Zips it out to Saka. Tries to take on Luke Thomas. Doesn't quite do so. He's helped by Soyuncu. Clears. Always finds Tommy Asu's got forward. It's now Ødegaard. Saka. Inside it goes to Thomas Partey. Then once more across to Lokonga. Tavares. Tackled. And Leicester have it back with Luke Thomas going back to his goalkeeper. Schmeichel. Schmeichel clips it towards Luke Thomas at left wing back. Can't find him though. Saka down the line to Ødegaard. Saka's making a beautiful run and he's found him with a beautiful ball. Ball across. Oh, Tielemans intercepts on the edge of the box. And Leicester survive. They need to try and get back into this game, Leicester, because Arsenal have took over the last 5-10 minutes. Harley Barnes fouled, though, in his own area by Takahiri Tomiyasu. Man signed from Bologna. Tomiyasu. Interestingly enough, Tomiyasu is going to be a swimmer, like his two sisters. Instead, opting to go down the football route, but was very close to being a swimmer. Takahiri Tomiyasu. So you could say he made the right decision in the end. I'm sure he's enjoying his footballing career. You know, already playing in Belgium and Italy, now England, alongside a career in Japan in his early stages. Lookman as Leicester get forward again. Tielemans. Daka. Tielemans swings across in. Harvey Barnes helps it on and it's just past the post. That time Ramsdale was flat-footed. Shaking the head from Tielemans. He knows they've got to be trying to do better with that kind of cross. Great delivery. Just bends wide of the far post. Ramsdale completely flat-footed. Just have to watch the ball go wide. And thankfully for him it did. And then Vardy fouls Ben White. Trying to catch Ben White in possession, but instead catches him. Late. And Vardy picks up a yellow card for his troubles. Yeah, just trods on the right boots of Ben White as he tries to close him down. But with 15 minutes to go, plus 7 on time, it does look like Leicester are going to fall to their 4th defeat in the league this season. 17 goals now conceded, 15 scored. It's not a great start to the season for Leicester, and it looks like they will stay 9th in the league for now, with everyone else still to play this season, this weekend. But they've got to look at themselves and go, we didn't do too badly in terms of chances and shots and good shots at goal. It's just the fact that Aaron Ramsdale is having the absolute game of his life today. Thank you to everyone who's still here. Coming towards the end of this game now. Ramsdale. Can't find Aubameyang. Soyuncu helps forward. Barnes into Samare. Back into Barnes. One back by Tomiyasu. Ødegaard. Some fancy footwork. And loses out in the end trying to back heel. Oh, I was trying to sneeze. I'm so sorry. Thomas Partey wins it back from Dacko stayed down. Arsenal just about keep it. The Lookman's on the charge to win the ball back. Dacko's getting back to his feet though eventually. Smith Rowe, Thomas Partey, 10 yards into the Leicester half. Swings it into Saka, who's a lot more further forward in the Leicester half. Looks to take on Luke Thomas. Shifts it onto his left foot. Goes across. Back into Thomas Partey. Apparently unhappy at Arsenal, but I'm sure this great run of form will settle him down a little bit. Tavares, great skill. Can he work across? And Castagna does well to keep hold of him. It's now Lokonga bursting forward. Is he clipped there by Ademola Lookman? He is. Lookman not happy with the decision there by the referee, but he does get in a bit of a tangle of legs there with Lokonga. And a rightly given free kick in my opinion there. Lookman just a little bit frustrated. The substitutions haven't really worked for Brendan Rodgers in the way he would have liked. Brendan Rodgers will not be happy with his team's start to this season. Same amount of wins as losses with the 2 draws as well. Saka swings it in. Header won by Vardy doing his defensive duties. And then helped by Daka. Gets beyond Smith Rowe. Down the line he tries to feed it towards Lookman. Great interception though, but I think that was Bukayo Saka doing his defensive work. Oh no, it wasn't even deflected in the end. Daka just could not keep it in play. That's really disappointing for Leicester. Big throw though by Tavares down the line. Aubameyang will give chase. Evans will get there first. Just have to kick it out for another throw in right towards the corner flag. Take nothing away from this Arsenal. This Arsenal performance has been unreal in terms of getting the lead and then holding it and defending really well. I think that's something that Arsenal fans have always felt like they weren't quite good enough at, defending solidly, in a compact way. But they really have under this new back four, with Tavares filling in for Tierney really well. Partey, Ødegaard just loses out to an interception to Luke Thomas. Now Samari getting pulled back by Ødegaard, but play continues. Tielemans, ball forward, nice ball forward as well. Daka brings Harvey Barnes into play. Vardy's just drifted out wide and he receives the ball. Gets onto his right foot, just about enters the box, slips it through towards Harvey Barnes, gets there ahead of Tomiyasu, and again tries to pull it back, but who's in the way? It's Aaron Ramsdale. Honestly, he must get an England call, like a call up and a start in the next international break that's coming up. Because even his distribution's been pretty good as well today. Sometimes it's been a bit off, but for the majority, he's been pretty good. Tielemans in swinger. Oh, it's so easy for Ramsdale that time. Straight into the goalkeeper's arms. It's just not quite clicked today for Leicester City. And everything's gone right for Arsenal. Getting a 2-goal early lead and just knowing how to defend it like they have. Leicester tried the 3 at the back. Changed at half-time to 4 at the back. Brought on Barnes and Lookman, and that's also not worked. Johnny Evans. Samari. Not too bad today, Samari. Started 5 of the last 6 games for Leicester. Getting a good run in the team as Wilfred Ndidi's now returning. He's on the bench. Patson Daka plays off of Gabriel. Leicester throw. Deep inside the Arsenal half as they look to try and give this game a bit of a tense ending for Arsenal fans. Good ball into Lookman by Tielemans. He's allowed to turn. Barnes, good turn in the box. Shifts it onto his left foot. Can't quite get the shot away. Didn't have enough room. And Arsenal take it off him. Just not quite there for Leicester today, but they do win it back. Thomas Partey can't quite find Aubameyang in behind. Very close, though, from Thomas Partey. Worked to Luke Thomas. Barnes making a run down the line. In the box. First time across. Oh, Vardy swings at it, but he swings it mid-air in the end. Ball taken away from him. Ødegaard, though, caught late by Lookman. Cleared away by Leicester. Ødegaard stayed on the ground. The play continues. Mike Oliver didn't see it as a foul. And then in the end, Mike Oliver blows the whistle for Ødegaard to get some treatment, even though he didn't give the foul, which I thought was a bit strange. How's that not a foul? He won the ball, but he won... Oh, I don't know, actually. Leicester are just arguing the fact that because he didn't give the foul, Michael Oliver, it should be Leicester who kicked the ball out to stop play. And Michael Oliver just took it upon himself to do it on his own. Arsenal are going to make another change soon. Nicolas Pepe will be coming on. Eight minutes until added on time. As Ødegaard's still getting treatment on the ground here. He will be hobbling off the Norwegian captain. Which I find absolutely crazy that he's the Norwegian captain, Martin Ødegaard. 22 years of age. 1 goal for Norway in 35 appearances, which is pretty low for a player like Ødegaard. You'd expect him to score more goals. That goal was in 2019 for Norway. And made his La Liga debut at the age of 16 years, 5 months and 6 days in a 7-3 win versus Getafe in 2015 for Madrid. Debut given by, I think, Carlo Ancelotti, who's now back at Real Madrid. Burst onto the scene so early. And his career went a little bit off track. But then he's back on it now with Arsenal. As we're back on the game now. Lookman cuts inside, goes back on the outside of Tavares, pulls it across, blocked by Gabriel as far as Daka. Castagna back to the edge to Tielemans, left foot shot, blocked by Aubameyang. Corner kick for Leicester. They are still pushing. One goal could change this whole game, even though they are desperately running out of time. Just looks like nothing will get beyond Aaron Ramsdale today. Ball in, helped on by Barnes in the near post. Kneed in the air by Tavares. Header won by Ødegaard, then once more by Gabriel. Falls to Tomiyasu, can just slam it away for a Leicester throw-in. Falls right into Brendan Rodgers' arms, who will throw it to Castagna, who will take the throw-in quickly. Arteta wanted the substitutions to be made, but Leicester took the throw-in too quickly. Samare right on the halfway. Ball forward into Daka. Back into Samare. Yuri Tielemans. Forward to Castagna, too much on it. Kicks it, trying to keep it in, but it only falls as far as a goal kick. Substitution now to be made. Bukayo Saka will end his 100th Arsenal appearance with an assist. Failed to score, but he won't mind because his team's going to be probably picking up the 3 points. And he did get himself an assist for the first goal, met by a warm round of applause by the Arsenal fans, and rightly so. He's been superb today. Age of 20, 100 appearances. He's been at the club now since quite crazily, 2008. Picking up his 23rd assist in his Arsenal career, and he will be replaced by the Ivorian Nicolas Pepe, making his 7th Premier League appearance of the season. Yet to score in the league, but has got a goal in the League Cup against West Brom. Nicolas Pepe, the £72 million player, coming off the bench to finish off the last 5.5 minutes of this game plus added on time. Leicester still search for a goal. Will it come? At least one. To be fair, with the Ramsdale performance, I think he deserves a clean sheet. I don't think Leicester deserve a goal. He's been that good. Thomas. Sancho all in the Leicester half. It's just all a bit too slow despite they need a goal. Tielemans. Daka back to goal, being chased down by Thomas Partey and Gabriel, and he's fouled by them both. Just trotting on his feet. Tielemans will use this as a chance to get this ball in the box to cause some havoc in the 18-yard area for Leicester. Tielemans, oh, he hits the wall of Aubameyang. How's he done that? He's at the one-man wall of Aubameyang. Thankfully fell back to Tielemans as he's now on the ball. Works it to Castagna in the right-back area. Back into Tielemans. First time touch. Looking for Lookman. Intercepted by Smith Rowe as he bursts forward. Big counter-attack on. Smith Rowe poking it over towards Pepe behind him. He knows, Smith Rowe knows he should be doing better with that. Counter-attack breaks down. Leicester back on the ball. Schmeichel in the 6-yard area. Plays it forward into Evans. Across to Luke Thomas. Now Soyuncu. Into Samare. Simple pass into Tielemans on the halfway line. Left-footed ball into the space where Harvey Barnes flicks it into Luke Thomas. Then goes once more into Tomiyasu with an interception. Out for a throw for Leicester. Throws it quickly into Tielemans. Back into Luke Thomas. Halfway line is Kaglar Soyuncu. He's also got the 1 goal this season against Manchester United. Could do with a goal from him at any point in this game. Lookman. It's just so well built defensively, Arsenal. It's great to watch how good they are defensively as a unit. Tielemans. Harvey Barnes. Takes a touch inside. Then he tries to go on the outside. Finds Luke Thomas. 1-2. Back into Barnes. Finds a cross. Blocked by Ben White. Out for a throw-in. He's also been fantastic. You know what? They've all been fantastic in the defence for Arsenal. They really have. Barnes looks for the intricate pass into Luke Thomas in behind. Cut out. One back. Thomas Partey. Now finds Tomiyasu at right back. Down the line to Pepe. Oh, gets beyond Soyuncu. Good skill from the Ivorian, but then the good recovery challenge from Soyuncu gives Leicester the ball back. Evans ball forward to Samare. Lays it off into Castagna at right back. Samare sees a switch. What on earth is that? That switch from Samare must be at least 10 yards away from the intended target of Harvey Barnes. I'm not even exaggerating. That was a woeful pass. And the biggest shock of the day, Aaron Ramsdale gets man of the match, and he's getting my man of the match for the next 5 games he plays, because the only reason Arsenal are winning this game 2-0 really is because of, like, obviously as a defence they've been really, really good, but I mean in terms of the big chances where Arsenal have actually had a shot at their goal, Ramsdale has just somehow saved it. Had the Iheanacho one, and then the Maddison free kick. Unbelievable for Ramsdale, and rightly so, gives man of the match to him. It's Gabriel, feeds it into the midfield to Pepe, lays it off into Ødegaard. Pepe. Looks like Arsenal are going to be able to see this one out. Arsenal, I think, have made Leicester run out of time here. As Ramsdale gets the ball, just about gets rid of it, ahead of Vardy, who's chasing with some intent there. Oh, bang my hand on the table. Oh, Samare. Oh, what is that pass again? Oh, God. Another really, really misplaced ball by Samare. Just stopping any chance of Leicester even trying a late comeback, even though I think it's too late now anyway. But I think Leicester fans will be screaming for Ndidi to come back. Smith Rowe is going to be replaced now by Kolasinac. That is showing the mindset Arsenal have, and rightly so. Smith Rowe scored the second, been fantastic on that left wing today, and he comes off for a deserved late rest in the back end of this game. As Tavares will go left wing, and then Kolasinac will go left back. And rightly so, Tavares can probably play left wing. His pace is unbelievable. So quick, Nuno Tavares. As we've got 20 seconds left in the 90. Luke Thomas on the halfway for Leicester. Forward it goes to Barnes, who needs to start the next game. I don't know why he's not been starting. He went the last 2 Premier League games before today without playing any minutes. Finally got back on the pitch today in the Premier League, and he needs to stay because he's been good on that left-hand side. Running at Tomiyasu. Not quite, worked properly, but he's been the one creating chances for Leicester. And here he goes again with Luke Thomas on the left. Slips on the ball, and Nicolas Pepe can win it back. 5 minutes of added on time for Leicester to try and get a comeback here. As Arsenal work it away to Tavares on that left. Can't quite take it under control. Castagna has it now for Leicester. Into Evans. Then back to Schmeichel it goes. Schmeichel again. Out to Castagna. Ball lifted over towards Daka. Comes off. Daka last, and he'll be throwing for Arsenal. With the Bosnian to take of Kolasinac. Only second Premier League appearance of the season. His other one came in that 5-0 battering against Manchester City, where he played the full 90 minutes in that back five performance. Gabriel volleys it away. We've already played a minute of the 5 added on. Sayonchu. Leicester just never really looked like getting back into this game properly. Just not being dangerous enough consistently in the game. And Samare once again gives it away. And this time not with a pass, just being a bit too lackadaisical in the midfield. Now Tomiyasu lays it off into Pepe. Back he goes to Ødegaard. Keeping it away from the Leicester players really well. Oh, they're toying with them now, Arsenal. Some good quick passing. It's now Kolasinac. Back to Gabriel in the Arsenal half. Thomas Partey turns off wonderfully. And then plays it forward into Pepe. Skips away from Sayonchu and is decked by the Turkish international. But play will be continued as Arsenal still have the ball. Tavares. Back to Kolasinac. Tavares again going inside. Tackled in the end and then catches a Leicester player late, and then that will be a foul. Arteta complaining, but he does foul Lookman there late. Nuno Tavares tried to go inside, took a heavy touch, tried to make up for the heavy touch with a tackle, but caught the Arsenal player late in the end. The Leicester player late in the end. Schmeichel demanding his team push forward as he will hoof this forward from the Leicester half. Up towards Sancho on the edge of the box. Is he caught by Ben White? No, says the referee. Tomiyasu heads away. As far as Pepe, who helps it down the line, out for a throw-in for Leicester. If they want to be aiming for top 4 again, Leicester. If they want to be aiming for top 4 again, Leicester, they need to pick up the form. Or at least Europa League. Castagna. Lookman. Castagna back to Evans again on the halfway. They're running out of time. Leicester. Oh, what are they doing? Back to Schmeichel it goes. Helps it forward up towards Vardy. Nowhere near the striker. Caught by Ramsdale. This is just plain and simple not being good enough by Leicester City. Really, really poor performance. Arsenal have been ridiculously good, in every way. But Leicester have not helped themselves at all. Just never really got into a flow. Kicked forward by Ramsdale. Sancho heads forward. Barnes helps on to Vardy. Ben White will get there first and kick it into the crowd. Minute and 20 to go. As Leicester fans start to find their way out of the ground. They've had enough. They know their team have left this one too late. Tielemans, Vardy, down the line to Barnes. Can they at least get a consolation goal in the last minute of this game? Barnes on Ben White. Goes back to Luke Thomas. Looks for a near post cross. Low, hard, straight down the throat of Aaron Ramsdale. And that probably should be it, as Arsenal are in full voice at the end of this game at Leicester. Because they know that they thoroughly deserve this 3 points, because their team's been fantastic. They have for the last month or so now. It'll be 7 games unbeaten in the Premier League, 5 wins, 2 draws, 12 goals. Sayonchu heads out for a throw-in for Arsenal in the Leicester half. 20 seconds to go. If you could like and subscribe, please, before you go, that'd be fantastic. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, like, subscribe during the stream and all that good stuff. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. It looks like we'll be an Arsenal 2-0 win away here. Sancho heads away for another throw-in for Tomiyasu to take. Any second now, we'll get the whistle from Michael Oliver. Throws it into Aubameyang. Falls to Martin Ødegaard. Into Pepe in the right-hand side. And that will be full-time. Michael Oliver blows the whistle. Mikel Arteta will be absolutely delighted with the 3 points his team have picked up on the road here. That is exactly what Arsenal fans would have wanted. 3 points away from home, 2 great early goals, a great defensive display to hold it out, and then to gain a clean sheet as well. Ramsdale has probably just pulled off one of the best goalkeeper performances I've seen in the Premier League for a very, very long time. 2 first-half saves from James Maddison's free kick and Kelechi Iheanacho's strike kept them at 2-0 for the first half, and then in the second half he displayed great confident goalkeeping in every way and thoroughly deserved man of the match. Arsenal will be singing all the way back home to London, and rightly so. A great 3 points. They're really on track now. They're 3 points above Manchester United in the table as well. So if United don't get the 3 points, they'll be above Manchester United in the table. It's amazing what a run of form can do for a club. Arsenal just look like a completely new club now. Confident, and it looks like they've also got a set starting 11, which is a strong starting 11 as well. For Leicester, they'll have things to ponder. They started with a back three, changed it at half-time to a back four. Neither of the systems really worked in the favour of Leicester in any way. They sit 10th now after goal difference has put them down a place. And with everyone still to play this weekend, Leicester may drop even further down the table. Arsenal looking up. They're looking at 5th in the table. 2 points above Brighton and Tottenham. 3 points above Leicester, Everton and Manchester United. So obviously other results will dictate if they stay 5th come the end of this weekend. But even so, to be on that 17 points, up with the likes of Tottenham, Brighton, West Ham, United, Everton. It's a great start to the weekend for Arsenal. As Gabriel throws his shirts into the crowd, he was also fantastic. He got the first goal today in a 2-0 win for Arsenal. But you can't take any limelight off the performance from Aaron Ramsdale. He'll definitely be knocking on the Southgate's door, thinking, when's my first England cap coming? He's not yet played a game for England. He's been on the bench a couple of times. Was called up for the Euro squad after Dean Henderson dropped out. And he's getting a lot of admiration. And he's going to take off the shirt and give it to a fan. Great performance from Aaron Ramsdale. And he's going to give it to a fan in the crowd. How nice. Great scenes in the away end for Arsenal. And he gives his boots as well to a fan who had a sign saying, Ramsdale, can you have your shirt? He gave it to someone else, so he gave someone his boots instead. Great performance from Ramsdale. Rightly so. He gets the full warm round of applause from his fans. What a performance. Unbelievable. Great. I'm not doing any more this weekend, no. I do one a weekend and then maybe one in the week. Oh, my time is still going. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's joined. Great stream, great numbers, good amount of likes as well. Really enjoyed this one today. Thanks to everyone who's joined, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But today for the lunchtime kickoff, it does end Arsenal winning at the King Power Stadium 2-0. Leicester never quite got at it today. They tried 3 at the back. They tried 4 at the back. Could not break down the Arsenal team. Ramsdale with a man-of-the-match performance. Of any man-of-the-match performance he's probably ever given in his life. Unbelievable from the young goalkeeper. He was the main reason why Arsenal have won this game 2-0. And they'll be going home very happy with 3 points as they look towards those European places, Arsenal, with a great start to the weekend. But Leicester will for sure have a lot of thinking to do going into the next few games.